Welcome back to Andy Explores the World. Today we're diving into a place most travelers overlook, Suriname. Yes, you heard that right. This is the life in Suriname, South America, the hidden gem of America with stunning nature and beautiful women. We will take you deep into the heart of this lush paradise. Imagine untouched rainforests, vibrant cultures, and a lifestyle so laid back that even your stress will need a vacation. Let's jump in. All right, let's start at the beginning. Where is Suriname, and why haven't more people heard about it? Well, Suriname is this small yet incredibly diverse country tucked away on the northeastern coast of South America. It's like South America's little secret, bordered by Guyana to the west, French Guiana to the east, Brazil to the south, and the Atlantic Ocean to the north. You'd think a country in South America would naturally blend into the continent's dominant Spanish and Portuguese-speaking culture. But no, Suriname decided to stand out. Here, the official language is Dutch. Yes, you heard that right, Dutch. It's the only country in South America where Dutch is the official language, thanks to its colonial past under the Netherlands. But don't worry if you're not fluent in Dutch, because English is widely spoken, and you'll also hear Sranan Tongo, Hindi, Javanese, and even indigenous languages on the streets. It's like stepping into a linguistic festival. But let's dig deeper into Suriname's history, because it's as colorful as its culture. Originally inhabited by various indigenous tribes, like the Arawak and Carib peoples, the region became a hotspot for European colonization in the 17th century. The Dutch eventually took control, turning Suriname into a bustling plantation colony. Sugar, coffee, cocoa, if it was profitable, they were growing it. But with plantations came the dark history of slavery. African slaves were brought in large numbers to work the fields. When slavery was abolished in 1863, the Dutch needed new laborers, so they brought indentured workers from India, Indonesia, specifically Java, and China. Over centuries, all these groups blended, creating a melting pot of cultures, religions, and traditions that make Suriname one of the most diverse places on Earth. Today, Suriname is home to just over 600,000 people, a small population by South American standards. But don't let the numbers fool you. What Suriname lacks in size, it makes up for in cultural diversity. Imagine celebrating Diwali in October, then turning around to enjoy Christmas in December, and jumping into Maroon festivals in between. The ethnic mosaic here includes East Indians, known as Hindustanis, Maroons, descendants of escaped African slaves, Javanese, Creoles, Chinese, Amerindians, and Europeans. It's like the entire world decided to settle in one country. And what's truly beautiful? These groups coexist peacefully, contributing to a rich, multicultural society where diversity is celebrated, not just tolerated. Now let's talk geography for a second. Suriname covers around 163,000 square kilometers, making it roughly the size of the US state of Georgia. But here's the twist. Over 90% of that land is pure, untouched rainforest. That means the majority of Suriname's people live along the narrow coastal strip, while the vast interior is a dense, wild expanse teeming with wildlife and indigenous communities. It's like nature's own fortress, protecting some of the most pristine ecosystems left on the planet. The country's capital, Paramaribo, sits comfortably on the banks of the Suriname River, just a few kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean. And this city is something else. Colonial-era wooden buildings with intricate Dutch designs sit alongside colorful markets and mosques, Hindu temples, and synagogues. Yes, there's even a synagogue standing right next to a mosque in Paramaribo, a symbol of the country's religious harmony. Speaking of harmony, let's not forget how environmentally conscious Suriname is. Believe it or not, it's one of the few carbon-negative countries in the world. That's right. While most countries are struggling to cut emissions, Suriname's vast rainforests absorb more carbon than the entire nation emits. So when you're visiting Suriname, you're actually supporting one of the greenest countries on the planet. How's that for eco-friendly tourism? Now, politics. Suriname is a democratic republic with a president serving as both head of state and government. It gained full independence from the Netherlands in 1975. And while the country has had its share of political ups and downs, including military coups and economic challenges, it's steadily growing. Its economy is heavily reliant on mining, Think gold, oil, and bauxite. But there's increasing interest in diversifying through tourism and sustainable industries. And let's be real, Suriname has massive potential in ecotourism. Where else can you hike through untouched jungles by day and sip a cold drink by the river in a colonial town by night? What truly sets Suriname apart, though, is its spirit. This is a place where cultures don't just exist side by side. They blend. You'll see Hindu temples decorated for Diwali, mosques preparing for Ramadan, and Creole communities throwing vibrant street parties. You might hear reggae beats blending into Bollywood tunes as the scent of Indonesian satay mixes with spicy curry in the air. Suriname isn't just multicultural, it's multi-vibrant. And yet, despite all this richness, Suriname remains one of the least visited countries in South America. It's like a hidden treasure chest just waiting to be opened. No hordes of tourists, no over-commercialized attractions, just authentic experiences and warm, welcoming people. For travelers seeking something off the beaten path, a place where you can truly immerse yourself in nature and culture, Suriname is the answer. It's a rare gem where adventure and serenity coexist, and where every corner tells a story. So, now that you know a bit more about this incredible country, are you ready to explore it with me? Stick around because we're only just getting started. Up next, we're diving deep into the lush rainforests and natural wonders that make Suriname a paradise for nature lovers. Let's go. All right, buckle up, because now we're diving headfirst into Suriname's greatest treasure, its absolutely breathtaking natural wonders. If you're the kind of person who loves swapping city skylines for towering trees and noisy crowds for the sounds of exotic birds, Suriname is your personal paradise. Over 90% of the country is blanketed in untouched rainforest. That's right. Imagine stepping into a world where nature reigns supreme, and every turn of the trail could reveal something extraordinary. In a world where deforestation is all too common, Suriname is proudly standing its ground, preserving its green heart. It's like Mother Nature put up a "Do Not Disturb" sign and Suriname listened. Brownsburg Nature Park, a hiker's dream. Let's start with the famous Brownsburg Nature Park, just a few hours from Paramaribo. This isn't just your average park with a few trees and a picnic bench. Nope. Brownsburg is a sprawling nature reserve nestled in the Broka Pondo district, covering nearly 13,000 hectares of pristine rainforest. The park sits atop the Brownsburg Mountain, which rises over 500 meters above sea level. From the top, you get jaw-dropping panoramic views of the Broka Pondo Reservoir, a massive artificial lake created by the Afobaka Dam. The hike to the summit is like stepping into a nature documentary. Along the trails, you'll encounter vibrant orchids clinging to trees, curious capuchin monkeys swinging through the branches, and if you're lucky, or quiet enough, you might even spot a jaguar prowling in the distance. And let's not forget the waterfalls. Leo Falls and Irene Falls are hidden gems within the park, offering the perfect spots to cool off after a sweaty hike. It's like nature designed its own spa, free of charge. Central Suriname Nature Reserve, the untamed wild. Now, if Brownsburg sounds impressive, wait until you hear about the Central Suriname Nature Reserve. Covering almost 1.5 million hectares. Yes, you heard that right. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is one of the largest protected rainforests in the world. That's larger than some countries. This reserve is home to an incredible variety of plant and animal species, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. Picture this: ancient trees stretching towards the sky, rivers carving through lush greenery, and wildlife roaming freely. Jaguars, giant armadillos, and harpy eagles dominate this landscape. It's raw, it's wild, and it's completely untouched by human hands. And then there's the Voltsberg, a massive granite dome rising dramatically from the forest floor. Climbing it isn't for the faint-hearted, but the reward is an unforgettable view over the endless sea of green. Raley, Valen, and Voltsberg for the bold explorers. Speaking of Voltsberg, let's talk about the Valen Nature Reserve, part of the Central Suriname Nature Reserve. This area is a dream come true for adventure seekers. Getting here isn't as simple as hopping in a taxi. Oh no, you need to take a long boat ride upriver, followed by a challenging trek through the rainforest. But trust me, the journey is worth it. Voltsburg's towering granite surface is a magnet for climbers, and once you reach the top, the view is nothing short of epic. Below, rivers snake through the dense jungle, and above, colorful parrots and toucans glide through the sky. The area is also famous for its monkeys, howler monkeys, spider monkeys, and even the elusive golden-handed tamarin. Imagine waking up to the sound of howler monkeys echoing through the forest. Beats any alarm clock, right? Gabbi Nature Reserve, a turtle haven. If you're more into beaches and marine life, don't worry, Suriname's got you covered too. The Gabbi Nature Reserve, located on the northeastern coast, is a sanctuary for sea turtles. From February to August, the beaches of Gabbi become the nesting grounds for 4 species of sea turtles, including the massive leatherback turtle, the largest of all sea turtles. Watching these gentle giants haul themselves onto the beach to lay their eggs is nothing short of magical. And here's the best part. Local indigenous communities work alongside conservationists to protect these creatures, offering eco-friendly tours that let you witness this incredible event without disturbing the turtles. It's nature and community working in harmony. Broka Pondo Reservoir, nature meets engineering. Now let's switch gears for a moment. Suriname's natural beauty isn't all untouched wilderness. There's also the Broka Pondo Reservoir, one of the largest man-made lakes in the world. Created in the 1960s when the Afobaka Dam was built, this reservoir is a fascinating mix of human engineering and natural adaptation. What's eerie yet mesmerizing about it? The submerged forest. Dead trees rise like ghostly sculptures from the water's surface. It's a surreal sight, especially during sunrise when the mist rolls over the lake. The reservoir is perfect for fishing, boating, or just soaking in the quiet beauty. It's a place where nature and industry found an unlikely balance. The mighty rivers, Suriname's lifelines. Let's not forget about Suriname's vast network of rivers. The Suriname River, Kopaname River, and Marawinha River are more than just bodies of water. They're the lifelines of the country. For many remote villages, rivers are the only means of transportation. Long wooden canoes known as korgelin glide effortlessly through the water, connecting communities to the outside world. These rivers are also teeming with life. Giant river otters, freshwater dolphins, and countless fish species call them home. And for adventurous travelers, river expeditions are the ultimate way to explore the jungle's heart. Paddle through winding waterways, camp on sandy riverbanks, and fall asleep to the sounds of the rainforest. It's pure, unfiltered adventure. Wildlife nature in full display. Suriname's wildlife is like stepping into a live-action version of National Geographic. Beyond jaguars and monkeys, the country is home to over 700 species of birds, making it a bird watcher's dream. The Guianan cock of the rock, with its fiery orange plumage, is a true sight to behold. You've got capybaras, the world's largest rodents, tapirs, giant anteaters, and even the elusive puma lurking in the shadows. In the rivers, you might catch a glimpse of a caiman sunning itself, or hear the splash of a giant river otter hunting for fish. Suriname's biodiversity isn't just impressive, it's overwhelming in the best possible way. A natural paradise awaits. In Suriname, nature isn't something you visit, it's something you live. Whether you're hiking up misty mountains, drifting down lazy rivers, or watching sea turtles nest under the moonlight, every moment is a reminder that the world is still full of wild, untouched places. It's a sanctuary for adventurers, a playground for explorers, and a peaceful retreat for those looking to reconnect with the natural world. So, if your idea of paradise includes dense jungles, exotic wildlife, and landscapes so beautiful they feel unreal, Suriname is calling your name. And trust me, you'll want to answer. Now that we've marveled at Suriname's untouched rainforests and vibrant wildlife, it's time to dive into the beating heart of the country, its cities and rich cultural life. Suriname's urban centers may be small in size, but they pack a cultural punch that will leave you captivated. From the charming colonial streets of Paramaribo to the culturally rich inland communities, Suriname's cities offer a fusion of history, tradition, and modern-day living that reflects the country's incredible diversity. Paramaribo, a living museum with a modern soul. Let's start with the star of the show, Paramaribo, the capital city and cultural heart of Suriname. Situated on the banks of the Suriname River, this city is where history and modernity coexist in perfect harmony. Walking through Paramaribo feels like stepping back in time, thanks to its well-preserved Dutch colonial architecture. These charming wooden buildings with their white facades and red roofs are so unique that UNESCO declared the city's historic center a World Heritage Site. And it's easy to see why. Where else can you find 18th century Dutch buildings nestled beside vibrant street markets and food stalls? One of the city's most iconic landmarks is the St. Peter and Paul Cathedral, the largest wooden structure in the Western Hemisphere. Yes, wooden. Its towering twin spires and intricately carved interiors make it a must-see. But Paramaribo isn't just about Dutch influence. The city is a true reflection of Suriname's multicultural soul. Just a short walk from the cathedral, you'll find a mosque and a synagogue peacefully standing side by side, a powerful symbol of religious harmony. Imagine that! Where else in the world do you see this kind of unity? The Waterkant, or Riverside Boulevard, is the perfect place to soak in the city's relaxed atmosphere. By day, it's a bustling hub where locals gather to chat, eat, and enjoy the view of boats gliding along the river. By night, the place comes alive with street food vendors serving up local delights. Grab a cold Parbo beer and a plate of spicy sauté skewers, and just watch the world go by. It's a simple pleasure, but one that perfectly captures the laid-back vibe of Paramaribo. Niiiri, the agricultural powerhouse. Moving west, let's visit Niiiri, Suriname's second-largest city. Located near the border with Guyana, this city is the country's agricultural hub, especially known for its vast rice fields. It might not have the colonial charm of Paramaribo, but Niiiri offers something just as valuable: a glimpse into Suriname's rural life. Here, agriculture is king. Endless fields of rice sway in the breeze, and banana plantations stretch as far as the eye can see. The people here are hardworking and deeply connected to the land. One of the city's highlights is the nearby Pan Nature Reserve. This vast wetland is a paradise for birdwatchers and nature lovers. Think pink flamingos wading through shallow waters, caimans lurking beneath the surface, and hundreds of migratory birds filling the sky. The best way to explore? Hop into a small boat and glide through the waterways, taking in the raw beauty of the reserve. It's a peaceful escape that showcases Suriname's commitment to preserving its natural treasures, even in its agricultural heartland. Alina, the gateway to French Guiana. Let's head east to Alina, a small but important border town sitting across the Marawini River from French Guiana. Alina might not be a bustling metropolis, but it serves as a key gateway for cross-border trade and travel. Ferries transport people and goods between Suriname and the French territory, making Alina a lively melting pot of cultures. The town itself has a laid-back charm, with riverside markets and small eateries offering fresh fish caught right from the river. For adventurous travelers, Alina is also the starting point for trips deeper into the interior. From here, you can venture into the maroon villages along the upper Marawini River, where descendants of escaped African slaves have preserved their unique culture for centuries. These communities are living museums of African heritage, with traditional dances, drumming ceremonies, and storytelling sessions that have been passed down through generations. It's a cultural experience that feels both ancient and alive. Maroon and Indigenous Villages Cultural Time Capsules. Speaking of the interior, no discussion about Suriname's cultural life would be complete without mentioning the Maroon and Indigenous villages scattered throughout the rainforest. The Maroons, descendants of enslaved Africans who escaped from plantations centuries ago, established independent communities deep in the jungle. They've preserved many African traditions, from music and dance to spiritual practices. Visiting these villages is like stepping into a living time capsule, where modernity has yet to fully intrude. Then there are the indigenous communities. the Arawak, Carib, Trio, and Wayana peoples who have lived in Suriname's forests for thousands of years. Their connection to the land is profound. They practice sustainable hunting, fishing, and agriculture, living in harmony with the environment. Visiting these communities isn't about ticking off tourist attractions. It's about learning and respecting a way of life that has endured for centuries. Their art, crafts, and oral histories are treasures that reveal Suriname's deep cultural roots. Festivals and celebrations, a year-round party. One of the most magical aspects of Suriname is how its cultural diversity shines through in its festivals. There's always something to celebrate. Let's start with Holy Fagwa, the Hindu festival of colors, where the streets explode with bright powders, laughter, and music. Then there's Javanese Day, a celebration of Suriname's Javanese heritage, featuring traditional dances and mouth-watering Indonesian dishes. During Maroon Day, the streets fill with the sound of drums and vibrant dances honoring Maroon ancestors. And let's not forget Kwako Ifest, an annual Creole festival blending food, music, and storytelling. Each event is an invitation to celebrate life, diversity, and community. Art, music, and markets, creative energy everywhere. Suriname's cultural life isn't just about traditions, it's also buzzing with creativity. The streets of Paramaribo are alive with art. Murals and street art bring color to the city's walls, telling stories of history, resistance, and hope. Local markets are overflowing with handmade crafts, from intricate beadwork to wood carvings. The art here isn't tucked away in galleries, it's woven into everyday life. Music is another heartbeat of Surinamese culture. From the soulful rhythms of Kaseko to the Afro-Caribbean beats of Alike and the energetic pulse of Baithak Ghana, music is everywhere. Walk down any street and you'll hear music pouring from homes, shops, and street corners. And when the sun sets, the nightlife awakens. Live music venues, dance halls, and riverside bars invite locals and visitors to join in the fun. The Surinamese spirit, a celebration of unity. What makes Suriname cities truly special isn't just the architecture, festivals, or food, it's the people. Surinamese society is a rare example of how diverse cultures can not only coexist, but thrive together. Whether it's sharing a meal, joining a celebration, or simply exchanging a smile on the street, the warmth and openness of the people make you feel like you belong. It's a place where cultural differences are celebrated, not ignored. And that's the magic of Suriname's cities. They're small in size, but immense in heart. So, if you're looking for a destination where every corner tells a story, every street bursts with life, and every festival invites you to dance, Suriname's cities are calling. And trust me, you'll want to answer. So why should you visit or move to Suriname? Because it offers something rare, an authentic, peaceful, and enriching lifestyle. Suriname isn't just a country you pass through. It's a place that welcomes you to stay, explore, and thrive. Whether you're seeking tranquility, adventure, cultural connection, or business opportunities, Suriname has it all. It's a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered. So what are you waiting for? The lush rainforests, vibrant cultures, and welcoming smiles of Suriname are calling. And who knows? You might just find that this hidden gem feels more like home than anywhere else you've ever been.